Finding 100x altcoins is difficult, but doable. It all depends on whether there are new ecosystems with promising up-and-coming crypto projects. As it so happens, Coinbase recently launched its own Layer 2. Now, this is analogous to when Binance launched the BNB chain, and those of you who were around back then will know that there was no shortage of 100x altcoins, but also no shortage of scams and rug pulls. That's why today we're going to tell you everything you need to know about Coinbase's new Layer 2, including how it works, how to use it, and how to avoid getting wrecked when hunting for the next 100x.
This one's mine.
Let's start with a bit of background. As almost all of you will know, Coinbase is one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world, second only to Binance. And Coinbase has been working on its own Layer 2 for Ethereum called Base, which launched just recently. Base is based on another Ethereum Layer 2 called Optimism. Both Layer 2s use optimistic rollup technology to increase Ethereum's scalability, aka speed. Optimistic rollups do this by bundling multiple Ethereum transactions together and submitting them to the blockchain as a single transaction. This allows Base and Optimism to process around 2,000 transactions per second, though I should note that Base hasn't officially confirmed its transaction speeds in its documentation. Given that Base is based on Optimism, it's safe to assume that it can process a similar number of transactions per second. What Base's documentation does confirm is that the Layer 2 is powered by a single sequencer node operated by Coinbase. This is consistent with the information on its block explorer, which suggests that every block on Base is being produced by a single node. The same is apparently true for Optimism. Now, this begs the question of what makes Base and Optimism different, and the short answer is accessibility. As you'll see, Base's integrations with Coinbase and the Coinbase wallet make it a much more accessible Layer 2 for the average Ethereum user. Base likely has more access to funding as well. Another difference is that Optimism has its own token, while Base does not. Although Base has stated that it has, quote, no plans to issue a token, this doesn't mean it's off the table. If other Layer 2s are anything to go by, early Base users could someday be rewarded with an airdrop of a Base token. This is where the potential comes in. According to L2Beat, Optimism is the second largest Ethereum Layer 2 by total value locked, or TVL. To put things into perspective, Optimism is 10 times larger than Base in terms of TVL, at least at the time of shooting this video. However, Base is quickly gaining ground. Base also recently surpassed Optimism by daily active users. This is likely a consequence of the fact that Base's ecosystem is brand new and there are dozens of new crypto projects popping up left, right, and center. It could also be a consequence of all the crazy stuff that happened shortly before its official launch. Some of you may have heard about all the meme coins that were mooning on Base late last month. You may have also heard that most of them turned out to be rug pulls, especially the infamous Bald token. This led to speculation that Coinbase would introduce KYC to bridge crypto out of Base when it launched. For context, it was only possible to bridge crypto into Base. Fortunately, or unfortunately, this KYC requirement was never introduced, but it could be introduced in the future. More on that later. Now, the fact that Base continues to be a wild west of crypto whales and meme coins inspired us to create this step-by-step tutorial on how to navigate this new ecosystem. Note that some info could be out of date by the time you see this video. Also note that nothing in this video is financial advice. It is purely educational content meant to assist you on your crypto quest. Now, the first step to using Base is to set up a crypto wallet that's compatible with the Layer 2. The two best options are the Coinbase Wallet extension and the MetaMask extension. It's important to note that each of these wallets comes with its own benefits and drawbacks when it comes to exploring alts. The benefit of the Coinbase wallet is that support for Base is built in, so you're ready to go the moment you set it up. The drawback of the Coinbase wallet is that it's not as widely supported as MetaMask, meaning it might be harder to go down certain altcoin rabbit holes, namely new dApps and protocols. Now, of course, the benefit of MetaMask is that it's widely supported, meaning it's perfect for going down altcoin rabbit holes. The drawback of MetaMask is that you have to manually set it up to be compatible with Base, and also you have to be much more careful when interacting with new dApps and protocols. So, for your convenience, we'll show you how to use both, starting with the Coinbase wallet. To download the Coinbase wallet, go to the Coinbase Wallet website and click Download Coinbase Wallet. Note that we will leave links to all of these resources in the description. On the next page, click Download for Chrome. This will open a page to the Chrome Web Store. On the Chrome Web Store, click Add to Chrome and then Add Extension on the pop-up that appears. After a few seconds, you should get a notification in the top right that tells you the Coinbase Wallet extension has been downloaded. Once downloaded, click on the little puzzle piece icon in the top right of your browser and click on the Coinbase Wallet. When you do this, you'll get a neat animation and see a button that says Create New Wallet. Go ahead and click it. Now, this part, folks, is extremely important, so pay close attention. In the next step, you have to save your private seed. These words will let you recover your Coinbase wallet if anything happens to your browser or computer. So, please, make sure you write them down, put them in a safe place, and don't show them to anyone. Better yet, get yourself a metal seed phrase card to make sure those words withstand fires and floods. You can check out the Coin Bureau merch store if you're interested in one of those. So, once you've written down your wallet seed, check the box that says, I understand that if I lose my recovery phrase, then I'll lose all the crypto in my wallet, and click Continue. Now, the Coinbase wallet will then check that you wrote down your wallet seed correctly by asking you to identify two of the words. Once you've done that, click Submit. And finally, you'll be asked to create a secure password for your Coinbase wallet. So, come up with something secure, preferably a new password that you haven't used before. Fun fact, people reusing passwords is the #1 way that hackers get your info. So, don't be that person. So once that's done, click Submit and voila, you've created your Coinbase wallet. Feel free to claim a free username or just click I'll do it later, like we did. If you click the Receive button, you'll notice that the Base chain is included among the Ethereum chains supported by the Coinbase wallet. As for MetaMask, meanwhile, you'll recall that I mentioned you'll need to add the Base chain manually. If you don't already have MetaMask, we'll leave a link to our detailed tutorial in the description for your convenience. If you do already have MetaMask, then go to the Chainlist website and search for Base. Note that the link to the Chainlist website is in the description as well. Once you've found it, click Connect Wallet. This will cause MetaMask to pop up. Select the accounts you want to connect and click Next, and then Connect. MetaMask should automatically switch to Base. You'll be able to tell if there's a letter B on the top left of your MetaMask extension. Now, the second step to using Base is to add ETH to your Base-based wallet. It's a bit punny, I know. As with setting up the Base wallet, there are two ways you can add ETH to your Base-based wallet. The slightly safer, slower and simpler way, or the slightly riskier, faster and more complex way. So, the slightly safer, slower and simpler way is to either buy your ETH on Coinbase or to bridge any ETH you already have on Ethereum to Base using Coinbase's Base Bridge. For reference, it can take up to 7 days to move your ETH on and off Base using Coinbase or the Base Bridge, per the disclaimers provided by both. In our experience, depositing to Base with Coinbase and the Base Bridge was fast for small amounts. The same is true for Base withdrawals done via Coinbase. However, Withdrawing Base from Base using the Base bridge took a long time. Our ETH still hadn't been withdrawn by the time we finished this tutorial. Now, obviously, this isn't convenient for everyone, which is why some of you might be better off using the slightly riskier, faster, and more complex way. This involves buying ETH on your favorite crypto exchange, sending it to your Ethereum wallet, and then bridging to and from Base using a third-party bridge. Now, the reason why this is slightly riskier is because not all cryptocurrency exchanges are as safe as Coinbase, and third-party bridges have a history of experiencing exploits. The trade-off is that you can bridge your ETH to and from Base within minutes instead of days, and sometimes for much cheaper too. Again, for your convenience, we will show you how to do both, starting with the safe, slow, and easy way. For the sake of time, we won't go through setting up a Coinbase account. You'll have to do that on your own time. For what it's worth, it doesn't take long, and there are plenty of tutorials out there. Once you've bought some ETH on Coinbase, click the Send and Receive button on the top right. Next, select the amount you want to send, enter your Base wallet address, triple-check that it's correct, and click Continue. On the next slide, click on where it says Network to open up all the different network options. Find Base and click on it. Note that you'll get a bunch of warnings and disclaimers when clicking around these options. It's annoying, but better safe than sorry. Before you click Send Now, double-check that the Base chain has been selected in the Network section, and be sure to take note of the estimated arrival time. For smaller transfers, your ETH should arrive in your Base wallet within minutes. Click Send Now. Our ETH arrived in our wallet within 5 minutes. Now, assuming you already have ETH on Ethereum, then you can head directly to Coinbase's Base bridge. Note that you can use the Base bridge with any of the most popular crypto wallet extensions. To start the bridging process, click Connect Wallet. Select your preferred wallet extension and connect the relevant accounts. Once you've connected to the bridge, select the amount of ETH you want to bridge to Base. Before you do, though, note that you're going to need some ETH in your Ethereum wallet to pay for the gas fees to bridge to Base and also to bridge back when you decide to withdraw. So, don't send over everything. Once you've selected the amount you want to send, click Deposit ETH and confirm the transaction in your wallet extension. Take note of the gas fee for bridging over. You can expect to pay a similar amount of gas fee for bridging back. After a few minutes, your ETH should arrive in your Base-based wallet. Remember that bridging your ETH back from Base to Ethereum using the Base bridge can take a very long time. If you want to speed things up while keeping things simpler and safer, you can send your ETH to Coinbase on the Base chain. Alternatively, you can go the faster, riskier, and more complex route. So, as for this alternative route, start by buying ETH on your favorite crypto exchange. Our preferred crypto exchange is currently Bybit, and we'll leave a link to our tutorial in the description. Note that there are over $40,000 in bonus airdrops available if you sign up there. Now, once you've got your ETH, send it to the extension wallet of your choice and head on over to the Hop Exchange protocol. Now, for those unfamiliar, Hop Exchange is a non-custodial cross-chain bridge and decentralized exchange. It supports transfers between popular Ethereum Layer 2s. Now, to be clear, we are not affiliated with Hop, nor have we verified the crypto project's code. While our research suggests that it's safe, e.g. it's been audited, we are not qualified to speak to its security. For what it's worth, we could not find any reports about any hacks, exploits, or other significant issues. Again, this is the slightly riskier route. The trade-off is that you can move your ETH between Layer 2s much faster, and not just between Ethereum and Base. As you can see, Hop supports over half a dozen Layer 2s. In fact, this is one of the few bridges that supports the Layer 2 used by Reddit's Moon tokens, Nova. Anyways, to bridge to Base using Hop, start by connecting your wallet extension to the bridge using the button in the top right. Once you've selected and connected your wallet extension, select the blockchain that you want to move your ETH from. Again, Hop allows you to bridge from another layer 2. For the destination chain, select Base and input the amount of ETH you want to bridge over. As with Coinbase's Base Bridge, it's paramount that you keep some extra ETH in your Ethereum wallet to make sure you can pay the gas fees required to bridge to and from Base. Once you're happy with your selection, click Send and be sure to take note of the gas fee. Again, you can expect to pay a similar price to bridge back. In this case, Hop is much more expensive to use than the Base Bridge, but the bridging process is faster in both directions. If you can't bridge back using Hop or another third-party bridge, either because you don't want to pay the higher fee or don't have enough ETH on Ethereum to pay the higher fee, you can simply send your ETH on Base to your Base address on Coinbase, or bridge it back to Ethereum using the Base Bridge. Now, the third step to using Base is to find all the different niches where you can potentially find promising crypto projects. There are many ways you can do this. The first way is to take a look at the list of Base ecosystem projects provided by crypto price tracking websites like CoinMarketCap. This approach also allows you to see what other crypto projects are closely connected to Base. In this case, Balancer, Axelar, and CyberConnect all seem to be key players in Base's ecosystem, at least according to CoinMarketCap. If you're wondering how, well, you'll need to do your own research. Now, the second way to identify promising crypto projects on Base is to look at which dApps are seeing the most adoption. This can be done by looking at dApp tracking websites like DappRadar. According to DappRadar, Base has over 30 dApps, some of which have thousands of active daily users. As I mentioned earlier, though, you need to be extremely careful about which dApps you allow to interact with your extension wallet. It's absolutely critical that you do your own research before using any of these. On the flip side, keep in mind that those without tokens could airdrop tokens to early users in the future. Now, the third way to identify promising crypto projects on Base is to look at which DeFi protocols are receiving the most in terms of total value locked. As you can see, the total value locked on Base's DeFi protocols has been exponential recently, with most of this TVL going to decentralized exchanges. As with other emerging ecosystems, Base seems to have its own in-house DeFi protocols, such as BaseSwap. These branded DeFi protocols are often just carbon copies of popular DeFi protocols on Ethereum, in this case, Uniswap. However, sometimes these DeFi protocols are new and have serious potential. Again, you'll have to do your own research to find out. Feel free to use our Uniswap versus PancakeSwap video to give you a sense of what to look for. The link to that will be down in the description. Now, the final way you can identify promising crypto projects on Base is to sift through each token that's trading on it. This can be done using DEX analytics tools like DEX Screener. These let you see which Base tokens have pumped the most over a recent time period and where you can find these tokens. It goes without saying that this approach is the riskiest of them all and therefore requires the most research. If you need a guide on how to research cryptocurrencies, we'll leave a link to our tutorial for that in the description as well. In terms of milestones to look out for, most of the crypto projects on Base will probably pump because of partnerships, investments, or listings on exchanges. So far, we haven't seen many Base projects meet any of these criteria, which is a bit of a double-edged sword. It's either early or it's another scam or rug pull. And this relates to the risks associated with using Base itself. I'll start by reminding you that Base currently runs on one sequencer node operated by Coinbase. Now, in Coinbase's defense, they plan on decentralizing Base over time, hence our prediction that it will eventually airdrop a governance token to early adopters. Now, logically, this degree of centralization can create risks. The fact that Base is basically brand new also means that it hasn't been as battle-tested as other Layer 2s. This means there could be a risk of a hack or exploit of the Base chain, or even the optimism code that Base is based on. This ties into Base's terms and conditions, which acknowledge these risks and note that the Coinbase sequencer and the Coinbase bridge are services provided by Coinbase. As such, Coinbase reserves the right to restrict certain users from accessing the sequencer or the bridge for any reason they see fit. In their own words, quote, "We may suspend or terminate your access to and use of the services at our sole discretion, at any time and without notice to you." In other words, Coinbase can ban anyone from using Base, so long as it's the only sequencer node, and can ban anyone from using the Base bridge, which isn't that big of a deal since there are third-party bridges. Now, this presumably means that Coinbase can require KYC to use these services, or worse. The good news is that Coinbase is very unlikely to implement these kinds of restrictions voluntarily. The bad news is that Coinbase could be forced to implement these kinds of restrictions by US regulators. This is much more than speculation because it's already happened to one of Coinbase's existing products. If you watched our video about the SEC's lawsuit against Coinbase, you'll know that one of the reasons it sued Coinbase was because it allegedly offered securities via the Coinbase wallet. From our perspective, there's nothing stopping the SEC from applying this reasoning to Base, as it's currently operated. It appears that Coinbase tried to protect against this possibility in Base's terms and conditions by specifying that the Base and Base Bridge smart contracts themselves are not a part of Coinbase's services. This protection could prove to be insufficient, but, well, perhaps we're just being pessimistic. In any case, the key takeaway is that there are many layers of risk to any new crypto ecosystem. In this case, there are risks with the tokens, there are risks with the dApps, there are risks with the smart contracts, there are risks with the layer 2, and there could even be risks with the Base chain. As the saying goes, though, no risk, no reward. There's no question that some of the crypto projects in Base's ecosystem will become multi-billion-dollar behemoths that will offer massive returns to early investors and users. The only question is, which ones? And it's ultimately up to you to find the answers. And that's all for today's video, folks. So if you found it helpful, help us out by smashing that like button. If you want to make sure you keep getting helpful content, subscribe to the channel and ping that notification bell. If you think others need help exploring Base, share this video with them. And if you're in crypto for the long term, make sure you're accumulating using an affordable exchange and storing your coins and tokens on a secure crypto wallet. The Coin Bureau deals page has up to $40,000 of discounts and incentives on the former and massive discounts on the latter. The link to that will be down in the description. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.